Okay, so the first combination we're going to do is called Saved by the Animals, and it has 5 animals: dove, eagle, turtle, elephant, and buffalo. And Saved by the Animals is the Animal Essence's version of Rescue Remedy. It's the tonic for stress, anxiety, crisis, trauma. Whenever there is an emergency of any kind, Saved by the Animals is the first essence to draw on. Also, if you've got a patient or a client who comes to you and you're not sure where to start, you start with Saved by the Animals, because it is such a harmonious blend that addresses grounding, expansion, safety, protection, peace, all the key things that someone who's struggling needs are in this. If there was only one essence that in the whole line that I could provide to the world, this would be the one, because it's the one that's most used in our family with the child and animals, and there's always stress, not always, but you know what I mean. There's always drama going on. Saved by the Animals is always being reached for. It's the one we have like in every room of the house. Okay, and it has 5 individual animals in it, and so we're going to go through them one at a time, and I'm going to describe the individual essence and then how its gifts contribute to the formula as a whole. First of these is buffalo. Buffalo is this large land mammal on 4 legs and all this weight on the earth. And generally, the larger the land mammal is, the deeper the quality of grounding energy that's available in the essence. So one of the key words for buffalo is grounding, helping us to slow down and be steady on our feet, all 4 feet on the ground, connected with the earth, centered and present. You know, so much of the New Age, as we call it in America, is focused on expanding out and becoming more aware, and all of that's really good. But the first thing we've got to be in order to connect with all of that and bring it into form is to be well grounded. And buffalo is one of the main grounding essences in the rain. So where buffalo is a tonic of the first chakra for connecting with the earth and grounding, next slide please, eagle is a tonic of the crown chakra for opening up to higher energies, to the divine, to God, whatever your name for the great is. So the Native Americans say that the eagle is the bird that's closest to the great mystery because it's the one that flies highest in the sky. So where buffalo is about coming down to earth and really being here in the moment, eagle is about soaring above, soaring high, and expanding and enhancing your connection with the divine. Now, when we experience a crisis or a shock or a trauma, one of the first things we do is to close down our connection with the divine, to close our crown in order to bring all our energy down into our physical body so that we can figure out how to survive that which we're experiencing in the moment. So this is a biologically good and necessary thing to happen. It enhances the chances of our survival if we're totally focused here in the moment rather than being out there in the higher realms. So it's a biologically good thing that we close that down. The problem is we often close it down too much and we lose our connection with spirit when we're going through difficult, challenging times. Eagle's gift in Saved by the Animals is to help us when we're going through those challenges to stay open, to not shut down, but to maintain that connection. So here we've got the 2 extremes helping us be balanced. We've got on the one hand, the grounding of the buffalo, being here on the earth, and on the other hand, opening and connecting with the higher realms. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, next one is turtle. So, I was invited by a German magazine writer to come to New York City to be interviewed for a magazine article. And I was like, oh, New York City, it's just not my favorite place. The energy is really intense there. I thought, oh, this is a great opportunity. I'll do this. So I took the train up to New York, and I was just like 15 minutes out of the station. And it's like, okay, here we go. And then I remembered, oh, I have turtle in my pack. I think I'll take it now. So there I am on the train, taking my drops of turtle for the first time. And immediately what I felt totally was amazing. Not only did I feel the earth under me, like we all normally do, but I felt the earth come up and all of a sudden envelop me all the way around. It was like the grounding and the protection of the earth that I always feel beneath me came up and was all around me. And I felt totally safe and totally great. And I proceeded to go through that day in New York and feel great. I kept taking the turtle through that day. And that transformed my relationship with big urban centers. That experience with turtle that day. Because I realized, oh, I have a shell of protection that I can carry with me always. And that is turtle's major gift, protection. Now, one of the things that happens when we're in shock or crisis or trauma is that we feel incredibly vulnerable. We don't, that shell, that etheric shell has been like shattered, and we don't feel stable and as if we have these healthy boundaries of protection around us. So in Saved by the Animals, what turtle does is to return us and help us to refine that shell of protection that lets us know that we're safe and protected even as we're going through this big challenge. Next, please. Okay, so dove. Keyword for dove is peace. It's really for fun. It's one of the tonics, along with wild horse, for the heart chakra. It goes right to the center of the heart. So it's really good for a whole bunch of things, from dealing wherever there's conflict in families or in relationships. Dove is a beautiful tonic for actually helping people to find peace where there is a lack of it. And it's really good working individually for those who want to deepen their connection with the still quiet center, with the divine at the center of their own heart. So Christian meditators love this because, they have such a strong association with Christ as the Prince of Peace and the dove and all of that. But any of us who want to deepen our connection with silence and with peace, dove is great as an individual essence. And of course, its contribution to Saved by the Animals is that when we're in crisis or stress or trauma or what have you, we're just not feeling peaceful. So this is to help bring us peace when we are feeling everything but that. Now, when I got this remedy, when I was developing this remedy, I thought the remedy was complete at this point. We've got buffalo for grounding, we've got eagle for expansion, we've got the shell of turtle's protection, we've got dove for finding peace again. And I thought it was complete, and then elephant showed up. And what I mean showed up is I just felt the presence of elephant. Elephant saying, you got to put me in there too. I'm thinking, elephant, okay, this is interesting. So I'd made the essence, I tested it with the 4 in it, and then I put an elephant and tested it again. And it was like, wow. It went from being great to being extraordinary. And that is because of elephant's gift of amplifying a couple of the major energies that are in there. We've got the largest land mammal here. So remember what I said earlier, that the larger the land mammal, the deeper the quality of grounding that comes in. So we've got this big, massive animal imparting more grounding along with the buffalo. So we've got the buffalo and the elephant to ground us, slow us down, calm our nervous system, come into the present moment, stop freaking out, everything's going to be okay. And then elephants also have this great spiritual openness. They have the ability to communicate with each other over tremendous distances. And they're incredibly spiritually connected, wide open beings. So they also amplifies the eagle. You've got the eagle and the elephant working together, and you've got the buffalo and the buffalo and the elephant working together. The expansion and the grounding, the two most important things we need to have, both to survive a difficult situation, to get through and balance out of a difficult stress, crisis, or trauma, or just to embody heaven on earth, as we were discussing, expanding and grounding. And elephant gives us both of those.